So tax day has come and gone. The pain and anguish of filling out endless forms and last-minute calculations are fading away. And now many of us are just waiting for our refund to show up in our mailboxes or a deposit into the checking accounts. Our good friend Skip Cowan, personal finance specialist, has a question for us. What will you do with your refund? And he's got some suggestions you might not have thought about. Good morning, Skip.
Good morning, Nikki. How in the world are you?
Well, I can answer your question. I got my refund.
Yeah?
I had complete plans for how to allocate each portion of the money I was planning on separating into different places to make my life better, and it's already gone.
Really? And what'd you spend it on?
I have no idea. But the thing is, I understand that the average refund that folks received last year was around $3,000. I did not receive $3,000 personally. I will tell you that much. I probably would still have some left. But what do you think that most people were spending it on?
Well, I know what most people spend it on.
What?
Big ticket items, big TVs, big this, cars, vacations, you name it, that's what they did. Which is not all that unusual. I mean, think about it. You know, it's like a windfall, you think to yourself.
Yeah.
But really what it is a loan coming back to you because you've lent the government money for no interest.
That is such a good point.
So I'm kind of proud of you. You didn't get a big refund.
Oh no, I did. But you know, I did apply some of it obviously towards some of my bills, and I think that's an important first step.
I think so too.
I mean, what would you say would be the first three things if you had to prioritize that we should probably do with our refund money?
Well, I'd have to say that number one on the list is reduce debt. And unfortunately, last year, only 2 people out of 5 actually did that.
Really?
Yep. Most people ignored that. But think about this, Nick. If you're paying 20% on a credit card and you don't reduce that amount, you're a chump. You've absolutely got to do that.
It's wasted money.
Well, it's ridiculous to spend that kind of interest rate. So number one on the list has got to be reduced debt.
Okay.
Number 2, and I think this one is critically important, create an emergency fund.
That is so important.
So many people don't have that, you know.
That was one of my plans.
Something happened to me last week. The catalytic converter went out of my car.
Oh no!
Now you talk about a nightmare. I mean, that's thousands of dollars, right?
Yeah.
And I'm thinking to myself, my gosh, what would happen to me if I didn't have the emergency fund that I do? I'd be out the car.
There's something to go with that statement, save it for a rainy day, because you just never know.
Things go wrong. Water heaters blow up.
Air conditioning, who knows?
Air conditioning goes out, and it just happens. Here's another thing, and this is kind of interesting. You can actually save on insurance premiums.
Really?
Yeah, many of us pay our insurance premiums every month, and there's a surcharge on that.
Yeah.
But if you pay it all at once, like a 6-month premium or the annual premium, the insurance company will give you a discount.
Oh, I never thought of that.
So you might think about that as well. There's a really good alternative. Now you've saved a little money on your insurance. You've used that loan that came back to you.
Exactly.
So why not?
Great advice. Now, if we're thinking about our homes or our businesses, for instance, what would you recommend?
Well, there's lots of things you can do to improve your home that will also result in a tax deduction for next year. So let's say you did get a $3,000 refund this year. Next year it could be $4,000 just because of what you did home improvement wise that resulted in tax credits or tax deductions.
Interesting.
It's kind of a nice deal as well.
Definitely. And then business-wise, I see here, start a business or improve your employable skills.
Doesn't that make sense?
It really does, doesn't it?
You think to yourself, how can I start a business for $3,000? You'd be surprised.
Really?
Oh, there's lots of opportunity out there. You betcha.
Wow.
And it's a matter of just taking a look at what's there, taking a look at the opportunities. But the one I like the best there, though, is improving your employable skills.
Yeah.
Boy, doesn't that just make sense?
It sure does. And it seems like common sense, but it's not something that we literally strategize about.
No.
And we should.
Well, we should.
Yeah.
And when you spend that money on education that helps improve your job, that's also tax deductible.
Sure.
In the future.
For your education, and also I would imagine for marketing tools in order to get yourself employed.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, it's a big thing, and it does cost something, so it's good to have that money aside. And as we think about our future, I know that you have really good recommendations towards looking ahead.
Yes. Couple of things.
Okay.
And this may surprise you a little bit. But if you're going to spend your refund on a vacation, make it a family vacation, make it memorable. All right?
Yeah.
It's one thing, I mean, you really can't package memories.
No.
But there's nothing like them because you go on a family vacation and you can't reproduce it. It's done, and it's with you forever.
It really is.
But yeah, go ahead.
No, I was going to say, it's like you save money, and for people like me who live far from my family, getting that valuable time you can't put a denomination on that. You can't. No. There's no value. I mean, it is priceless.
No, it's absolutely priceless. The last thing I think, and very few people think of this, invest it.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you don't have an IRA, for example, perhaps you ought to get one.
Okay.
A traditional IRA, a Roth IRA, ask your financial advisor about which is the best for you.
Okay.
But I think that probably makes some sense.
Okay.
Add that to your IRA, or just take half of it and add it, and then buy that memory. There's just so many options, other than just not knowing where it went, Nikki.
What did you do with yours?
I didn't get one.
I was wondering about that. Okay, maybe next time.
I hope not.
Oh, yeah, because you're actually doing, well throughout the year, so you don't have to worry about that refund at the end because you're not doing the big loan.
That's the idea. I had to write a little check. It wasn't a big one.
That's not bad.
And so my tax planning was right on structure.
See,
hasn't always been, but it was this time.
But that's the key, is not just waiting for a refund to make your planning go according to,
as we've talked about,
to responsibility.
Time and time again.
Be responsible all year long is the bottom line.
Yes, ma'am.
And if you are getting that refund, Skip obviously has given us some great advice. Thank you so much.
Always a pleasure.
Always a pleasure to have you. And coming up next on New Mexico Style, the 29th annual gathering of Nations Powwow. It's right around the corner, and we will give you a taste of what you can expect.